People say that, by the way, about personal CRMs, like the whole idea that no one, there's like Salesforce, which is like a CRM tool for businesses to like remind you of people you need to ping and where they are in your sales cycle, et cetera. And a bunch of companies have tried to do that for personal things like birthday reminders or like when's the last time you spoke to so-and-so for your network development. And a bunch of people push back against that. People say like, oh, you're making it unnatural. You're making it like this automated, like you're just managing human beings and those are humans. You shouldn't do that. And so it just depends on where you sit on the spectrum of wanting to do that or not. I actually don't care if I give this piece of advice and I say that this is the life dinner is something that helped me. If it's not for you, that's totally okay. Like if you don't want to systematize your relationship, that's fine. And I'm not going to tell you that I think you're going to get a divorce because you're not doing it. Like I just won't say anything. It's not, if you have a great relationship without doing these things, I think that's awesome. If you talk to your wife tons and you somehow with a newborn find time to have these discussions daily, you're like a superhero in my book. That's amazing. We don't do that. It's very difficult, I find. And so doing these things, finding these little systems, I find is just super, super helpful.
Yeah, mate, I'm fully on the same page with you on this. I've tried so many different systems for personal CRMing over the years, never quite stuck to one. Yeah. But the thing I come back to is I actually have a list in my Apple Notes just of people I want to stay in touch with. Mm-hmm. And the other day I was inviting some friends over for dinner, and I was thinking, have I invited everyone? I think I've invited the people that I think I want to group up with this thing. And I just thought, you know what? Let me just consult the list. And I realized, I actually should invite this person, but I didn't think of them in that group because that group is university friends. And university friends I lump as like a category in my mind. But this person I met sort of outside university, but he gelled with the group. So I saw his name on the list. That's a great idea. Messaged him and he's coming. And now he's going to meet my uni friends. And just by virtue of the fact I have a list of friends I want to stay in touch with, it is now encouraging those connections to happen.
I did this at one point with people in cities. So once college ended and I was no longer like with my core group of friends in one place, everyone had moved all over the place, like people were starting jobs in different cities, different countries, whatever. I realized that I needed to be deliberate when I traveled about making sure that like if I was in London, I need to make sure that I see my couple of friends that are in London that I know I like really want to see. And so I made a list of like in these big cities that I might be going to, who are the like 5 people that I know in those cities. And it's a reminder for me because like LinkedIn is okay for that. You can sometimes like search who are my first year connections, but this at scale, LinkedIn becomes a travesty. Like it's a real disaster for me at this point. And so I can't really use it for that. And so having like a little list of that, like what's my little black book of people that I know in these different cities is actually a, remarkable little hack. But yeah, people like this. Sorry to cut you off. Please. The systematizing relationships thing does really bother some people. And I'm just a big believer that like systems is actually a misnomer. People, when they hear systems, they start to think like, oh, we're becoming robots and we're not going to have a normal conversation. And like, when people will read my content, they're like, oh, he must not be normal in person because you're not able to just like have a conversation with someone. That's not what it is to me. It's like finding little heuristics, shortcuts, ways to save yourself time and energy that make your life easier in some way, that make your life better and easier, at whatever it is you're doing. And so why not have those for relationships the same way you would for work?
Hey friends, thank you so much for watching. If you enjoyed this clip, then click here for the full unedited episode. And if you like that, then do please consider subscribing to the channel. It means a lot. Thank you so much and have a great day. Bye-bye.